Good evening, my dear students. Welcome to a new lecture. Today we are finishing up with discourse analysis and we are going to discuss the cooperative principle. So pay attention, please. The objectives of this lecture are the cooperative principle. We are also going to discuss Grice's maxims, the quantity maxim, quality maxim, relevance, and manner. We are also going to discuss two important principles in pragmatics or in discourse within the cooperative principle, that are hedges and implicatures. This is Paul Grice. Paul Grice is a British philosopher, and he introduced a major theory in pragmatics, which is implicature. He also introduced the four maxims we are going to discuss. The cooperative principle, what does it mean and why do we need it in conversation? The cooperative principle means that, or before discussing the cooperative principle, communication is cooperation, right? If there is no cooperation between the speakers, there is no communication. If I don't want to hear you, there would be no communication at all between me and the speaker, right? So assuming that the communication is being or the speakers are being cooperative, we need to discuss four maxims to be followed by the speakers. And these four maxims and the cooperative principles must be followed in any conversation, as discussed and introduced by Grice. So now, what does it mean, or how can we define the cooperative principle? The cooperative principle is defined as follows. Make your conversational contribution such as required at the stage of which it occurs by the accepted purpose or direction of the talk exchange in which you are engaged. What does it mean? It means that we must assume that since we are communicating in a conversation, the other person is being what? Is being cooperative, and he is following the direction of the talk. Okay? If we are making jokes, we are making jokes. If we are talking serious, we are talking serious. If we are telling truths, then we should be informative. If we are describing, then we should be informative. We should say and describe everything as it is. So accordingly, there are certain maxims to be followed. These maxims are maxims of quantity, quality, manner, and relevance. Now first, what is meant by the maxim of quantity? Maxim of quantity, as the name suggests, مثل ما الاسم يعني يبين انه احنا quantity يعني كمية، تمام؟ معناها not too much, not too little. For example, if I say, what's your name? هنا أنا أتوقع الشخص المقابل يعطيني اسمه، صح؟ I'm not expecting that the other person would say, hi, my name is Hajar, I am 24, I live in, etc. No, you should make your contribution as informative as required, not more informative, not less. Okay? Now, with regard to the second maxim, which is the maxim of quality, which means be truthful. Be truthful means don't say what you believe to be false. Say what you believe to be true. Say what you believe to have an evidence for. I cannot say, well, his name is Paul and I don't know his name. ما أقدر أقول هذا الشخص اسمه Paul وأنا ما أعرف اسمه. So be truthful. Say, I don't know. Okay? So in order to continue this conversation, you need to be what? Truthful. You need to be as informative as it is required. Okay? This is the first two maxims. The second two maxims are relevance and manner. The maxim of relation is be relevant. For example, if I asked, how old are you? You must answer either an age, either if you don't want to answer, say, let's keep it a secret, etc. You cannot answer something that is irrelevant. ما له علاقة بالموضوع. This is with regard to relation. The final maxim is the maxim of manner. Maxim of manner is what? Be perspicuous, avoid ambiguity, be brief, be orderly. There is a picture I uploaded here that summarizes all this. Here it is, the Grice's maxims. You see, maxim of equality, you can always remember Pinocchio. When he lies, his nose just gets larger and larger. So we need to be truthful with the maxim of equality. Maxim of a quantity, here are the presidents, and the presidents always talk and talk and talk. So with regard to quantity, be as informative as required. Do not talk too much, do not talk less. Maxim of relation, you must be relevant. If we are talking about something, we need to stick to the subject. Don't jump into another topic without any, let's say, an introduction to the subject. You see here, slow down, يعني be clear, please, be orderly, one topic at a time. This is what is meant by maxim of manner. So in every conversation, we are supposed to be following these maxims. We are supposed to be telling the truth. We are supposed to be telling or being as informative as we are. We are supposed to be relevant to the subject, ordered, taking things down and slow. So how could we possibly manage to do this? If I don't know the truth, how could I preserve the maxim of equality? If I cannot describe things clearly in a few words, or in 10 words, how could I preserve the maxim of quantity? Okay, so the cooperative principle is specified in the 4 maxims that help explain the way people are saying things. For example, if I say to my friend, how do you like your sandwich? And she says, a sandwich is a sandwich. هنا she is being truthful. قالت الحقيقة. الشطيرة هي شطيرة. اللفة هي لفة. She's being as informative as is required. ما قالت أكثر. ما حكت عن غير موضوع. She's being relevant to the subject. She's being orderly. Her talk is being orderly. لكن أكو المقابل شنو يعرف؟ المقابل يعرف انه she simply implies تضمن بكلامها انه it does not matter, or the choice of the sandwich isn't so important to talk about. تمام؟ يعني if I say have you done your homework? If I ask my son, have you done your homework? إذا سألت ابني سويت واجبك? And he says it's on your desk. الميز خليته. Does this mean that the homework is finished? Yes, but he didn't say that clearly. Yet I implied it. This is another topic. It is called implicature. Now we are going to discuss these 2 points, implicature and hedges. Hedges is how to preserve these maxims, and implicatures is something very different. Now hedges, what does it mean? Someone must have asked you something that you don't know, or you are not very sure about it. احنا من قلنا الماxim of quality قلنا أنه you should not say anything that you have no evidence for. صح؟ إذا هنا لازم أنا مثلا ما متأكدة من هذا الشيء، شنو ممكن أقول والله ما متأكدة، أو حسب علمي. صح؟ نستخدم هاي المفردات. So we use these idioms which are called hedges. We use these terms and idioms to preserve حتى نحافظ على الماكسيمز. يعني مثلا أنا قلت لكم ما أريد أحافظ على الماكسيم of quality، لازم مثلا أقول حسب علمي، حسب ما سمعت، نوعا ما متأكدة، وغيرهم. If I want to preserve أريد إذا أحافظ على quantity maxim، أقول مثلا خل أختصر الموضوع. for example أقول ولهذا وأكمل. so مثل ما أنت تعرف حتى ما أزيد بعد. so we use things like these to cut things short, as you know, as you have been told وغيرهم. إذا أريد أحافظ على relevance مثلا شنو أقول؟ by the way, well anyway، بالمناسبة، على طاري هاي السالفة وغيرها. فأني شنو أنا دا أحاول أحافظ على relevance manner or maxim، عفوا. if we want to preserve the manner maxim، أنا لازم مثلا والله ما أعرف هذا الشيء مثلا مرتبط بالموضوع، ما متأكدة إنه إحنا دا نحكي بنفس التوبيك، بس وأعطي المعلومة. لأنه ليش أنا أريد أكون being what ordered and mannered. I am not sure if this makes sense, etc. This is what is meant by hedges. I need you to understand what is meant by hedges. Sort all these قسموهن. If I say by the way, is a hedge used to preserve which maxim؟ هذه مثل كلمة by the way هي hedge تحوض، استخدمها حتى احافظ على اي maxim وغيرهم. okay, this is with regard to hedges. بعد عندنا من قلنا كلمة implies، عندنا hedges، وعندنا شنو؟ عندنا بعد implicature. Implicatures وهي قلنا introduced by Paul Grice. يعني انتم ماخذين pragmatics communicating more than it is said. هنا راح يجي الشغل مال communicating more than it is said. Implicatures we can work out implicatures from the cooperative principle and the four maxims. An implicature is an additional conveyed meaning. An additional conveyed meaning. Assuming that the speaker is following the maxims, the implicature is arrived at. Okay, so what does this mean? احنا قلنا communication is cooperation، والcooperative principle مبني على أي أساس؟ مبني على أساس إنه we are cooperating وأني مع the speaker or the listener، both parties assume that the other is being cooperative. صح؟ بما إنه أني معتقدة إنه الشخص المقابل هو being cooperative، ومعتقدة إنه الشخص المقابل هو being or he is following or she is following the maxims، قاعد يتبعون الماكسيمز، إذن أنا ممكن أصل إلى ال additional conveyed meaning اللي هو شنو؟ هو ال implicature. Let's take this example. Are you coming to the party tonight? I've got an example tonight. هسه هنا ال B أولا ما انطانا خلينا نقول هو مثلا he's not being truthful، لا he's not being informative، لا وصل المعنى. ليش؟ لأن A مؤمن ومتأكد إنه B is following the maxims. يعني أنا ببالي راح أسوي process إنه B أكو فد عدة additional conveyed meaning، أكو فد additional meaning. هو مو بس عدة امتحان، هو معناها إن أنا ما يقدر يجي للحفلة. so معناته B I'm not coming because I have an exam. هنا شلون وصل لها ال A؟ أي ترجم هاي الجملة باستخدام الباك جراوند نوليدج المشروحة بالمحاضرة السابقة. استخدمها انه او ترجمها هاي الجملة شلون؟ انه باستخدام انه ال B is following the maxims, he's being truthful, he's being informative, yet it is not obvious, so I'm working out. He is working out what? An additional conveyed meaning. Okay? That's it for tonight. Thank you and see you next lecture inshallah.